Welcome back to the show. We're heading into the 814. With us now is Pierce Sanute, aka the Balloon Doc, also a board member at the Rowland Theater. Pierce, thanks so much for stopping by.
Of course, thanks for having me back.
So when you're not ballooning, you're on the board for the Rowland Theater, which is such an iconic theater in Phillipsburg. What makes it so special?
Well, I think the fact that it's was built over 100 years ago in 1917. It's on the historic register, and we just have the capability to seat up to 1,000 people. And it's a theater like it was back in the beginning days of movies. We have an orchestra pit, we have a full balcony. It's just a gorgeous place.
And you guys are paying homage to that with a very special event. This is very unique. Tell everyone what's going on.
So on Saturday evening, we have the Paragon Ragtime Orchestra in. And what they do, their director, Rick Benjamin, he researches and discovers original scores to silent movies. And then he rescores them for his orchestra, and then they perform them live in the pit while the high-def black and white is playing behind them.
Wow. And
high-def black and white is stunning, but a live orchestra is even better. And he goes through the whole process of what it would have been like back in the 1920s. He introduces the audience to the fact that back in the day, when the villain showed up on the screen, the audience booed and hissed and hollered. And then when the hero came on, they screamed and yelled and clapped. And when the heroine came on, they went, oh, you know, that kind of stuff. So it was audience participation. Because there was either a live orchestra or a piano player, there was no sound from the movie.
That is really, really cool. And we actually have a little bit of a snippet, so if you don't understand what he's saying, take a look for yourself. Oh, that is so cool. So they're watching the movie right along with you, playing as all the action's happening.
Right. The conductor coordinates everything. If you heard the cymbal crashes there, he cues the cymbal player, and they were the musical equivalent of the bombs exploding that the villains were throwing out of the train at the police.
Wow. That's really a unique concept. I said, how did you get these guys? But you said you worked with them before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And why do you think it's important for people to come out and, you know, support these types of events?
Well, I think it's important for people to come back to live theater and to live events. So many people don't go to movies anymore simply because they can stream at home.
Right.
But you can come out to a theater and see a live event, and there's nothing better than a live event, especially if it's live musicians, which is rare anymore in theaters. I mean, even major ballet companies have eliminated their live orchestras, and they're using canned music. But this is a live orchestra, and a world-class orchestra, because they tour the world, and everything's coordinated with the movie, and you can learn about history, and Maestro Benjamin takes everyone through the history of, talks about the history of silent movies, and then they do music that was popular back then too, rags and marches and things like that.
Wow, that is just a one-of-a-kind, you know, experience.
It is.
Tell me again what the name of the movie is. How long does the performance run?
There are several movies, but the feature movie is Steamboat Bill Jr. And then in between movies, they'll do some of the popular music from the 1920s and late 19-teens. And what makes this movie special is that it stars Buster Keaton, and it was the first incident of his iconic stunt where a building wall falls down on him. And it's a 4-ton building, or a 2-ton building wall, but he's saved because he's standing right where the window cutout is, and it falls down on him, and he just stands there.
Oh, that's
and that's
funny.
been used over and over and over and over. But this is the first time. And it's amazing to see what these actors did back in the day when they all did their own stunts. Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, Charles Chaplin, they all did their own stunts, and they're just amazing. And the emotion they can convey just with their faces is fantastic.
That is so cool. I know, it's definitely something you don't see every day now.
Nope.
How can people grab their tickets?
You can go to the Facebook page of the Rowland Theater, and there's a link there for a ticketing agency, or you can just come down to the theater on Saturday. The show starts at 7 o'clock. Come down early, check out the theater. You can walk around, just take in everything at the theater. It's a beautiful theater, and it would be a great night out.
That is so cool. Pierce, thanks so much for coming in and telling us all about that.
Sure.
Definitely something to check out. Of course, we'll have more details provided on that event over on our website, wearecentralpa.com. We're going to go ahead and check in with our chief meteorologist, Joe Murgo. Joe, you think you could do the weather in black and white?
Yeah. I'll
Silent.
actually look better. I look better, and you know, and you can put an orchestra behind me. While
There
I do
you
it,
go.
too. All right.
Maybe